Radhe Radhe sab log. It is my great pleasure to be here. The aim in these next few evenings is to bring us closer to Bhagavan Sri Radha Krishna, to feel their divine presence, to make them the aim of our life. So in order to start, please, I'm going to sing for you in a moment a Vandana which pays homage to the Guru, homage to Sri Radha Krishna. And finally, this Vandana is about surrendering and being open to the Divine Beloveds. But before I sing this for you, I'd like you to just close your eyes for a moment. Just breathe in and out, perhaps slightly longer than you normally would. Maybe breathe into the count of 3 or 4. Pause momentarily at the top and then exhale to the same. Close your eyes, and as you do this, appreciate the gift of breath and feel the presence of Paramatma, Sri Krishna, and the Jivatma, the individual self, as present in your heart. By the grace of the divine, we exist. So take a few moments to appreciate that, and then, if you are comfortable with this idea, pay homage to Sri Maharaji and garland him with a flower or a garland of flowers. Pay homage to Sri Radha Krishna and place a garland around their necks, their divine necks, and humbly offer yourself to them in the best way that you know how. Let us do that. Pratamam Shri Shri Krishna's Kasturi tilakam lalata patale vakshyastale kaustubham Nasagre Varamautikam Kartale Venuhu Kare Nama Kamalana Nama Kamalama Nama Kamalapa Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Vididhati Puram Yo Vaivedansya Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvam Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumikshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda
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 Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Govinda. Radhe 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 Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Govinda.
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 Radhe Govinda. Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda. Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda.
Oh Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Radhe.
Oh Radhe Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda.
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 Ladli Lal Ki Jai. This mini series over the next few days, it is about perspective and value. We value many things in our lives, and what we value is dependent on the way we look at it. Even in an ordinary relationship in a family, husband and wife, if you look upon your partner with favorability, is a good partner, then you will value, and you will care, and you will nourish and nurture. On the other hand, if you start to think negatively about your partner, the intensity, the quality of your value is diminished. So, the value is determined by the way that you perceive. If you perceive something to be of great value, then there is much attention given to it. And to the contrast, if something is of no value, then you'll ignore it, turn your back, won't even think about it. Our Sri Maharaji often gives an example of a ring. Let's say you're sitting at a dinner table. You have house guests, maybe 5, 6, 7 people at the table. And as you are exchanging with your friends and family, one of the guests that you have happens to be a jeweler. And the jeweler, every now and again, looks at the ring finger that you have. After a while, the jeweler is curious and says, "May I have a look at that ring that you're wearing?" And you smile and you say, "What, this ring?" This ring. My daughter borrowed $15 from me. She went to a flea market. She bought a ring for $15, came back on Father's Day and said, "Here, Dad, have it. You want to see this ring?" The jeweler says, "If you don't mind." So, as the host, you take the ring off, you hand it to the jeweler, who then has a very close look at it, and then says, "You'll be very surprised to know that this ring is only one of 4 rings that was made by a master jeweler, a famous master jeweler who expired over 200 years ago. And if you were to get this ring valued by the Christie's auction house in London, you would find it would be between 7 to 8 million pounds." You are astonished. You don't know whether to just laugh. Sure. But he's a jeweler. So you say, just one moment. And you dip into your pocket, because our best friend sits in the pocket. It's our smartphone. You pull out the smartphone and you Google, what's the name of that jeweler again? That famous master jeweler? You Google it, and then you see the images come up, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you look at your ring, you look at the ring in the photo on the internet, you read about the jeweler, and as you are doing your research according to as you were advised, you go, "My goodness, this is actually true." And now this $15 piece of glass that your daughter gave has immense significance and value for you. All right. This is about perspective and value. You, with knowledge and understanding, went from ignorance to knowledge, from agyan to gyan. So quickly did your mind jump to this high knowledge about the value of what you have. And yet, we are told by the Vedas, Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and so on, by the Mahapurush, that of the 84 lakh, 8.4 million types of species in which the Jivatma, the soul, resides and migrates life after life, we are told this human life is the most valuable. The most valuable. Even the celestial citizens like Indra, etc., right up to Brahmlok, they want the human form. What to speak of the birds and the cats and the rats and the elephants and the insects, creatures of the air, creatures of the earth. Every soul of the 8.4 million different types of species want the human form. Oh, and we have it. Ha! We have it. We can pose in the mirror. I've got it. You seen my body? It's human. Ah! And what? Well, you have it. What now? What is your value that you place on this human form? Why is it considered so important? Do you know? If I was to ask you, why do you have eyes? You would say, all the better to see you with, Swamiji. And why do you have ears? All the better to hear you. And nose, and so on and so on. And if asked, why do you have the soul, the Jivatma? Have I got one? Well, you know, I've got it. But why have you got it? Huh? All these questions, you see, when you do your research, when you really understand the importance of these questions, then, just like the person with a ring that he thought was made of glass, when he came to understand it was a design masterpiece laden with rubies, diamonds, his value went up, and our value will also go up once we understand. Do you know the term Karamyoni and Bhogyoni? Probably you do. You see 8.4 million, imagine you're lining up to go and see a movie, and there's 8.4 million souls in the queue to get into the same movie house. My goodness me. But this is a very strange queue. You look around, and you see that you're the only human being standing there. There's budgies and cats and dogs and elephants, all the different species of life in the queue. You scratch your head and say, well, what's the difference between a dog and a cat and a human and an elephant? What is the difference? This is where the term Karamyoni and Bhogyoni comes in. You see, out of all of that 8.4 million queue, only one is a Karamyoni and all the rest are Bhogyoni. What's the definition of a Karamyoni? It is the one, Kratu mayoyam purushaha tasmat krutum kuravit. This Vedic verse says, the human being alone out of all of the species under Maya, this material power, only the human being can do actions that will gain consequence. And all the rest, they cannot. A dog, no matter how much a dog does, cannot accrue fresh karma. No. Can only spend the consequence that put the soul in the dog and hope that once those consequences are finished, get the human form again. Maybe, maybe not. But the human being, oh, this is the catalyst. You can rise up to the celestial abodes, the Swarglok. You can sink into the Naraklok, the hellish regions. You can go into all of the other life forms on this Mrityulok, the middle region, earth. Or you can get the human form again and again. Or you can cross Maya and realize the divine beloved Sri Radha Krishna. All from the human form. Amazing. Now these words of the wise, they need to be contemplated on, because in this age our intelligence is diminished, our ability to focus and concentrate is greatly weakened. And so we have to make an extra effort when we hear these things. You see, you've heard of the term pralay, mahapralay, and shristi. Pralay, mahapralay, is where Bhagavan takes all of this materiality and absorbs it into the karanaro, the stomach of God. And shristi means to release. Releases Maya, releases it. And when he releases it, comes out in two forms: Sat, Asat. Sat is the divine realm. Asat is Maya, the material realm. And those souls who are bound by Asat, the material realm, they assume their positions back in Maya. And Sat, the eternal associates, the Swanch, they are always manifest as the divine. Now, Asat, this is our home now. This Asat, this material realm, Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyan, Mayanam tu Maheshwaram, this material realm right up to Brahmlok, down to the lowest hellish abode, infinite in capacity. Sankhya chet rajasa masti na vishwanam kadachana. This Vedic verse explains you may be able to count the grains of sand on a beach. Just imagine that. How many grains of sand on a beach? It may be possible to count them, but you cannot count the infinite world regions that constitute Maya. And here we are in this Asat, and we have been the King of Heaven all through these different species. We have come like checking into a hotel. You check in for a few days and then you check out. Te tam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. You check into Swarglok, all benefits, all beauty, siddhis, power, beauty, health, facilities. Check in. And then you have to check out because your karma for that experience finished. Asat, it's the same as agyan, ignorance. You don't know what you have. Especially when you get the human form back again. You come out of the womb and you cry like a baby cries, just been born. And then all the expectations are put around us. This is my son, my daughter. Hey son, you're going to be a cricketer, aren't you? Yes, Dad. A great cricketer, right? Yes, Dad. So we go from, I go through the primary schools and now what? I'll go to the intermediary school, now what? I'll go to the college, or now what? I'll go to the university, well, now what? I'll get a PhD, okay, now what? I've got it, now what? You're going to get married, now what? You're going to have some children, now what? You're going to get caught up in raising your children, now what? You're going to establish a good business, now what? You're going to go into middle age, lose a little bit of hair, a bit of sagging, now what? You're going to get old and bent and grey, now what? Well, now you're going to die. What? Are you saying that we go through all of these different phases and there's an inbuilt implosion in my body? Yes. Inbuilt, atrophy, implode, sag, age, die. That doesn't sound very good, and it isn't. You learn this, learn that, learn, and then bam, What's the bam? You're dead. Why do I have to learn anything at all if I'm going to die? What's the point? Well, if you start thinking like this, you get miserable, right? I mean, if you live to 70 years of age, when you get to a little bit grey, you start to realize that some of the famous actors that you grew up with, one by one, boom, like a 10-pin bowling alley, boom, 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 boom. You see, once people get in their 60s, on average, if you get that far, you start falling over. Sickness and death, oh my goodness. What value do we put in that? This is our sat, ignorance of the Atma, the soul. We don't know. How do we know? You say, I've read the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, I have. I've read what Shankaracharya had to say about birth and death and so on. I've read these books. Has it helped you? How are you doing with your theoretical study? I know things. I know things. I know about Bhagwan. But God says, well, that's where you've got to start. This is where you start. Huh? What do you mean? With yourself. You pray internally, oh, my divine beloved, I don't know who you are. I've heard of divine Vrindavan, but I don't know where that is. I've never been there. Teach me who want to know. Show me how to love to the highest. Imagine if you could polish that motive as your reason for being. Now you're approaching Sat. Not realized Sat, you're approaching it. I have a divine purpose, O Lord. What is it? How can I advance? Then Bhagavan sits up straight. Oh, are you thinking of me? Are you really thinking of me? I'm going to send help. I'm going to send help. How does God send help? Well, he has Ansh Avatar, Arch Avatar, Avesh Avatar, Yuga Avatar. Ansh Avatar, he sends partial manifestations of himself on earth to teach us. Arch Avatar, he makes himself present in all of the murtis, the divine idols that we bow down to. Avesh Avatar. Sometimes he sends essence of himself in different personalities for a specific purpose. A Yuga Avatar. What's that? You will have heard of the 4 yugas. Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga. And each one lasts, for example, Kali Yuga is 432,000 years, Dwapara Yuga is 864,000 years. And you go up to Satya Yuga, it is 4 times the length of this Iron Age, the age of Kali. And one cycle of the 4 yugas comes to 4.32 million years. Oh, how old are you going to live again? 70, 80? Compare that to 4.32 million years. How are you doing? Not very well. What happens in one Mahayug? A Yuga Avatar comes. Every once in the cycle at the end of Dwapara, the beginning of Kali, Krishna comes. Now, here's the thing. Is this the full bloom Radha Krishna of the Mahasakis of divine Vrindavan? No. When does this personality manifest with the gopis, with Radha? When does this personality come on planet Earth? When? Once every kalpa. One day of the life of Brahma. 4.32 billion years. You're kidding, right? 4.32 billion years? That's when Sri Krishna and Radha and the gopis manifest Nishkam Prem, the selfless divine love of the gopi. Yes. And when did this last dissension, the complete dissension in this way, when did this last happen? Just 5,000 years ago. Just. You might think 5,000 years is a lot, but it's relative, isn't it? You compare 5,000 years to 4.32 billion years, and suddenly 5,000 years ago is yesterday. And why does Sri Radha Krishna come in their full-bloomed glory, in that enormous cycle? When they do come, what is special? They reveal Samartharati Bhav Bhakti, the selfless love, which is the ultimate attainment a soul can achieve. Okay, thanks for throwing me out those numbers. Is it inspiring you yet? No, maybe not. For here we are 5,000 years later. But since 5,000 years ago, there have been two Mahapurush who have come to teach about the love of Sri Radha Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji 500 years ago, and our Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj. And if you hear the discourses of Maharajji, he is always saying, Nishkam Prem Gopi Bhav, Nishkam Prem Gopi Bhav, Seva Karo, Seva Karo. Don't ask, give. And this personality has just left. So fresh is he on earth that just as someone has got strong perfume, then leaves the room, and you come into the now empty room, you can go, has someone just been here? Similarly, the presence of Sri Maharajji and his teachings and his love and his glory and his power and his beauty and his knowledge, the perfume is here now, so strong. All right, that's one point. Those who know about this, how lucky would you rate them? But it's worse than that and better than that, depending on your perspective. Perspective and value, right? How often do you get the human form? And I don't just mean any human form. I mean that human form that has a spiritual inclination towards God. Because if you look around the world, you'll find most people utilize God like a wife gives a husband a shopping list. Go down to the markets and get me potatoes, asparagus, rice, this, that. And the husband goes, yes, dear. And there are great many in the world who write a shopping list and say to God, hey God, ida au, come here, give me this. What? Who speaks to God like that? Oh, we put it in nice language. Oh Lord, my son has got cancer, cure my son. My other daughter needs to get a university degree. Please give her a degree. My financial situation's not doing very well. Please bless me that my situation may improve. It is akin to giving God a shopping list. This is not Nishkam Prem. So think about it. How hard it is to get a human being once in many kalpa. Having a human being life form and then being interested in God, the odds are reducing even more. And if you want to realize God, first of all, you need the association of the Guru. Guru binu bhavanidhi tara in koi jao viranchi samkara samahoi. Ramayana. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Bhagavad Gita. Acharyavan purusho hi Veda. Shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Vedas. You need the Guru. Now line up everything. Line it up. You have to use your mind now. Don't get sleepy on me, or I'm coming down with my glass of water and I'll find you. Pay attention. How rare is it that Sri Krishna in his full bloom glory of Radha Krishna, how rare? 4.32 billion years. How rare is it to get the human being, this form, that is a karamyoni? Same odds. And how rare is it to meet the Guru who represents the full bloom glory of Radha Krishna, telling you about selfless love of the gopis for Radha Krishna? How rare! Oh. When Sri Krishna came on this earth 5,000 years ago, as I've explained, there were many classes of gopis. Agni Putra was a class of gopi, the sons of Agni. The maidservants of Mithila, of Sitaji, they were a class. There was the class of the Paramahansa who met Lord Ram, who blessed them to come in the time of Sri Krishna and take the form of a gopi. There was another class. Then there were the rishis, the Vedic verses personified. They were a class of gopi. And when these Vedic verses came on earth, and they saw the manifestation of the supreme glory of Radha Krishna, they scratched their heads in total wonderment. They said, "Do you know, many Paramahansas, etc., come to us about knowledge of God. We have seen uncountable great souls come to us to learn about God. And we cannot understand these Ragatmika gopis, the Mahasakis. Who are they? And who is Sri Radha Krishna? Who is this divine manifestation?" There are two classes of saint in the realm of the gopis of Radha Krishna. The Raganuga Bhakt, that is, those who selflessly love God, they surrender to the Ragatmika, the Mahasakis, and through their grace they enter the divine Vrindavan, the full-bloomed gopi. Now I'm telling you this, sharing this with you, I should say, better words. Because this conversation today is about perspective and value. Like that man with the ring that I shared at the beginning of the story, who did not know what he had. He had to be told by somebody who was qualified. who was authorized to say, excuse me, you have a $7-8 million pound ring on your finger, the most rare of the rare. And the more you listen to what that personality said and researched it, you go, my goodness, that's right. And now you are hearing this human body that you are utilizing in the most mundane of ways. I mean, you need to have family, yes, go to work, yes, eat, sleep, drink, yes. But we are using it in the asat way. We don't know its value. We just get up every morning and we breathe. You know, the breaths are counted. Each breath is counted. According to your prarabdha karma, your time of death is predetermined before you're born. So it stands to reason, if you can't leave a second later than your predetermined time according to the laws of Bhagwan, and you can't leave a second earlier than your predetermined time to die, your breaths are counted. And each breath we have, we release our life. I release. Just like you have 2 bowls of marbles, let's say. I knew a gentleman 70 plus years of age. I asked him, how long do you think you're going to live? He answered, as most of us do, the average age in the first world is about 84, 90 years of age. So I said, okay, let's assume you live to 84. How old are you now? 70. Okay, let's put 70 marbles in this jar, and let's put 14 marbles in this jar. And look at them now. Look, 70 marbles, finished. 14 marbles, 14 left. That is if you live that long. You may not. You could pass away tomorrow. And every time you have a birthday, take 1 marble and put it with the others, the big pile. Well, this is not meant to scare you at all. If somebody's standing on the edge of a cliff and they're in danger of falling over, if someone says, hey, step back, come on, you're in danger, are they doing you a favor or trying to make you unhappy? Similarly, if one lives in asat, that is, we just get up and go through the motions, clean our teeth, have our breakfast, say goodbye to the family, go to the office, earn the money, pay the mortgage man, once every so often have a little holiday, save up money to get the family married, talk to the neighbors, go and see your cousins, take a trip back to India. Each breath I release, meaning I am losing my prana. I'm giving it away. For what value are you putting on your prana? And today we learn about asat, materiality, and sat, the divine realm. And sat is totally opposite to asat. Asat, impermanent. Your body is impermanent. You don't know how long you've got it. Sat, eternal. Asat, ignorant. Sat, gyan. I know. Tattva gyan. Asat, no happiness. It's all in the mind. I like something, then I get joy. I don't like something, I'm miserable, I'm neutral, I don't care. Sat, yovai bhuma tat sukam. Oh, yovai bhuma. Sat is unlimited love. It is commensurate with the eternal nature of the Atma, the soul. It is the divine realm of God. Opposite. Misery, joy, loneliness, company of the divine, etc., etc. And tonight I have talked about the divine descension of the full bloom glory of Radha Krishna just took place. And then I have said a master representing this power has just left the building and left his perfume. What's the perfume? All of his talks, Maykorn, Merakorn, Joey Swarat Pahichan. He has left Prem Mandir, he's left thousands of leelas, he's left knowledge. Oh my goodness, he's got videos of his talks, videos of his personality, all to draw you in to Sat. Somebody once asked Maharaji, what's the subject for today's talk, Maharaji? And he looked at the person, he said, Atma, Paramatma, what else? Soul and God, of course, what else? And with every breath of Maharaji, he has talked about Sat. Sangha, the association of the divine knowledge. And it is so simple. You don't have to wear yellow clothes if you're a man and grow your hair long and a nice beard. No, no, no. And if you're a female, you don't have to renounce. No. You just have to turn your compass towards the divine, understand what they're saying, and interpret it, assimilate it in your life. So if someone said, which direction are you going? You will say, without hesitation, Sat. I'm going to Yogmaya, God. When you wake up in the morning, what do you think about? That will give you a clue where you're going. This is personal for you now. I'm not really asking you. I want you to answer the question for yourself. When you wake up in the morning, what do you think about? First thing, what do you think about? Toast and peanut butter? Or Bhagwan? Today, I'm coming closer. I am coming closer. Oh, my Lord, get your arms spread now. I'm coming. I can't wait to breathe because my mind, I'm conscious. I'm thinking of you. Radhe, Radhe. Well, we are going to talk more on these things, of course, as this series of talks unfolds. But the question today is, what do you value? What is your perspective on your life? What value do you put on it? A $15 ring from the flea market? Or an eternal Atma? Anshonana Vyapadeshat. The Atma is Ansh. It is a part of Anshi. It is a part of the Divine One. Ya'u pranasya pranaha. The soul is the life's breath of God. It makes up his breath. Ya atmani tishtati. My soul makes up the divine body of God. Lokainahi savidyena yona rama manuvdrataha. I am of Anand. I am a natural lover of the Divine One. Anandakanda Rasovaisaha. The Divine One, whom is love personified. I belong to Sri Radha Krishna. I am their Ansh and they are my Anshi. I am their Atma and they are my Para Atma. It's so simple, yes. You play your cricket, you You do what you do in the world, but just simply do it with the knowledge you belong to Sri Radha Krishna. Don't ask for them other than, if I ask anything of you, whatever it might be, my sole motive is that I may learn to love you more and make you happy and realize I am your true sevak. I am the servant of you. Just as your body serves the Atma serves the divine naturally. So this is a little bit intellectual, but if you listen, you should be walking on air when you get back to your car. Whoever you're with would have to put their hands on your head and push your feet down to the ground so you can get in. Why? Because I am an eternal soul. I belong. I'm not just speeding to my grave, to the funeral pyre. No. Oh, no. I'm going to Sri Radha Krishna. They've just come and told me, hey, Jivatma Haji, come to me, quickly. Don't procrastinate. Come. While you think about this now, Sat Asat, where are you going? Don't choose death. Don't. Withering and dying, pouring salt water on a plant. Don't do that. Pure water of bhakti. And your plant, your heart, your spiritual power, it will strengthen and strengthen. And then you will not be able to live without the divine. This is a divine law. Claim your right. Claim your valuable human life and put it to the works of divine beloved. Don't muck around. When I look around, there are a few young ones, I give you that, but many of us have been around the block a few times. We've filled up the car with petrol many, many times. We've had our best favorite foods many times. We've had backaches, etc. many times. We know where we're up to in this life, and we can tell what tomorrow and next month, next year will be like, because we've been doing the same stuff all of our life. Now bring in bhakti. Wake up, wake up. Now bring in bhakti and reach with your arms open for the divine beloveds. Ladli Lal Ki Jai. We'll do a 10-15 minute kirtan, and Arti, is that follow? What happens? Yes. Then you take over. Okay, good.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Oh Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Oh Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe गोविंद गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
ओ गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद राधे राधे राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद 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 राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे
जय हो।
गोविंद राधे राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद 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 राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे
बोलो राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
बोलो राधे राधे
गोविंद राधे
ओ गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे
राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे
जय हो।
गोविंद राधे
Radhe Radhe Radhe.
Larali Lal ki
Jai.
Please stand for Aarti.
Radhadev, once again, the satsangs will be there for next 4 days so today was Wednesday, Thursday till Sunday. Please pick up the flyer outside for the topics and everything. Please stand for the Aartis.